Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and welcome to a Crafty Moving Getaway Kitted Up, and my personal series that I do with Rachel Reynolds, which is called Lift and Sketch. I am using this mood board for Crafty Moving Getaway and this sketch for the Lift and Sketch version. So I am combining them just because they tend to work together really well today. And so it's not normally something I normally do. I do normally keep my series and design team stuff completely separate, but these ones just really worked. So I'm going to go ahead and go with it. I am stash kitting. So creating a kit out of your stash or something that has just a kit to create a layout. I'm cheating a little bit. So these are kits. The one thing you see me going through right now is from a little tiny mini kit that I received from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and it was to be the Family Ties collection. I believe that's what it's called, but I asked for it because of the blue in the collection. It was just so pretty, and it happens to A, perfectly match the mood board, and B, perfectly match Sean's shirt. So I am going with the blue for the mood board. That is what is inspiring me to create this layout. And I am playing around. You can see me kind of looking here, trying to make things work. However, there wasn't enough in it, a variety for me to make it work just within that one little collection. And this is why I'm considering this my stash kit, because I then went into my own stash and I took a few things I take a couple pattern papers from the Auburn Lane collection from Fancy Pants, and I also go in and take some Willow Lane from Maggie Holmes to tie everything together, and I basically use that collection as my embellishment center and just a little bit of pattern paper around my border. So 3 different collections all of this is from my stash. None of it, I've touched all of it already, and I'm combining all of it together to make this layout. Now I'm also trying to follow the sketch for Lift and Sketch, and I'm going to tell you I'm being quite loose with the sketch. I do add the 2 photos and the idea of having 3 sections. So there's a section of pattern paper on one side, a section on the other, and then one in the middle. And the circle part where it says title, I am taking that and I will put something there. And that's basically how I took on the sketch. So I'm being very, very loose with the sketch, but this is where my brain went. I was inspired to go with it this way, and I really love the way that it turned out in the end. It is a very basic, classic, simple layout for me. I've been known to go a little bit more crazy and a little bit more mixed. There's no mixed media. There's no nothing on this one. I've been known to do a little bit of that. And so I have a very eclectic style, and I will do a variety of different types of layouts, and this one just happened to be a little bit more on the simplistic style. A lot of times with stuff like this, I end up going back and either adding a little more or something along the line. Sometimes I'll put a lot of journaling on it to make it a little bit busier. I tend to like a little bit more of a busier layout, but that's okay. That's what I love about this stuff, is you get to do what you want to do, and it's okay to have completely different styles within your own albums. Like, the whole point is to experiment and have fun and take you where your inspiration piece or your sketch takes you, and just play, or where the product, because again, this is supposed to be for using up your stash and creating a kit. And this is what I had on hand. I didn't go anywhere else. I just went with the stuff I had on my desk, and this is where the product took me. And I think it's really fun and playful. So for my title, you can see I say thankful, and I'm also going to use the word always now that I'm digging into this Willow Lane collection. So always thankful. And the reason why I'm using that is because these are from our Thanksgiving, and we're Canadian, so Thanksgiving was way back in October. I know you guys all just celebrated it on Thursday, all the Americans, but we have already come and gone with that, and we are in full Christmas mode here. But I love this photo. Everyone's looking at the camera. We all look cute. We're all in blue. which helped with the mood board. And I just really adore these photos, and I couldn't decide between the black and white version versus the colored one, so I'm using both of them. I also really wanted to get one of these cute little characters onto this layout. Where else? I really don't know how else I'm going to use these characters in another layout. I'm probably going to have to use it for like a baby layout or a Nora layout down the road where I can tie them in. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to go, but they're hard to use. But this one felt very fallish, and I just felt like it was going to work, and it tied in, and it kind of covered the little gap of the so you can tell that I flipped the sketch, right? Like I've rotated it, and so it's giving me my vertical line that I need that's in the sketch. And so I'm just going with it. I also used and I tried to use my title to do the vertical. You can see I'm really trying to make the sketch a little bit more prominent. And I find one more way to do it, and you'll see that in a minute. But I also used one of these fun little pocket things that came in the Maggie Holmes kit, and I love it. I'll put some journaling there, I think. And then to tie in a little bit more blue, I used a little bit more from the family themed one, and it just says One Big Happy Family, because that's what we are. And then here you can see this beautiful heart paper. Now, I tell you, I had a hard time cutting into it a little bit because it's so pretty, and I really didn't. I struggled, so I don't do it all the way, so I can use that as a border if I need to, and I can use the hearts in another thing. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and stitch straight down the line of the heart, and then I'm going to fussy cut around them, but keeping it as an entire piece, and it is going to go over to the right hand side there and be the second vertical. Even though it's not in the middle like it would be in the sketch, it still gives you that idea of the vertical, and you just kind of can see the sketch a little bit more. So I was really pleased with the way that all turned out. And then to kind of do some finishing touches, I'm adding a little bit more yellow. This is not in the mood board at all, but I had 2 pieces of yellow, and if you watch me and you know me, I have to have the visual triangle, and so that's where that came in. I also add this little one that says, together is the best place to be. I kind of hide the word to be, but I'm going to stick that down there too. So I have a little cluster up at the top there, make it a little bit more prominent, and again, kind of highlight the sketch. I also added the circular elements because in the mood board, that top middle photo really caught my eye, and that's where I got the color from and the circular idea from, so it was kind of a nod to that as well. And then basically that wraps up the layout. It's pretty basic, like I said, but I really love the way it turned out. Please make sure to head on over and check out Rachel's take of how she used the sketch. She is actually posting the Lift version because we got it a little mixed up all on my end, but make sure to go check out her take. And if you're watching me on the Crafty Maven Getaway, thank you. I'm excited to be back. I was an original design team member for them, and I'm back to help with this round of design team, and I hope you enjoy my stuff. You can visit my own channel as well. Here's a look at my final layout, and I will see everyone really soon. Bye!